So guys, we have so much tournaments to go over. There's been a lot of webcam events. There's been small locals and nothing too crazy huge, but good enough support where we can go over Bt-07 even another week in. Let's see what's topping this week. Let's see what's more the meta solidifying itself, guys. I really do like to do this week to week. So guys, definitely catch up on every Wednesdays where I'll just post this meta chart where we kind of go over all the decks. So guys, let me know down in the comments how you feel about this. Remember, smash that like button if you like the video. If not, you know what to do. So let's go over the red list, shall we? So first off, this is Xiaoman. We're going to go over all the Xiaomons. It's very interesting to see Gallantmon in this list. It's the first one I've actually seen play testing Gallantmon from BT2, where it pretty much clears out security. I don't know why they went for it. Maybe because they had a very heavy control matchup, or they wanted to clear out securities because they can get to the later game. Who knows exactly, but being able to cheat in Gallantmon into Guillemon from Guillemon is just so good. Being able to keep it your turn in some instances, and just clearing out the extra security just goes that mile and a half that this deck really did need. I like they're playing Greymon to cheat in the Tai Kamiyas, dedicated plans at 1, and it's playing a really solid, decent Sistermon package, which most Xiaoman builds do play. So I definitely agree with a lot of this cards. I think he's going in the right direction. I don't know, what do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments what you think some of these decks look like, what your opinions are. So this one's another topping list. This one's a pure Xiaoman list, which again, nothing wrong with it. It's playing the Hawkmons. I think Guillemon's in here. It's got a few I think this is Biomon. If I zoom in real quick. Can I? No? I think I can. There we go. Let's zoom in real quick. Okay, they're playing the EX Biomon, which is very interesting. I'm a little surprised by that, but that's a very spicy text. It's playing the Gravity Crush option because free memory, even if you have to give your opponent 2 at the end phase, is still really good. So I don't see any issue with that because you can just choke them out, and even because you're giving the memory at your end phase, you can choke them out to 1 and then stop your opponent from going too nuts. And I do think this is a great step. I think Gravity Crush is just a really solid card in all honesty. Next, we do have another Xiaoman list. No surprise here. They're using the option card that's basically to search, helps you out with your rookie lineup. Again, nothing too out of the ordinary here. I see Lavaroromon, that nothing too out of place. It's kind of a basic list. Right now, I think Xiaoman's kind of solved. I don't think there's really much spice that they can give, but we'll take a look at another list here. Okay, the Biomon, when this Digimon attacks a player, draw a card. Oh, I kind of see where they're going with it. They want multiple draw effects. So it's not bad to have Biomon doing this. The Sistermon, Blanc, Nor. Sadly, we won't have Nor ever. We'll have, the other sister that everyone hates. But, ooh, wasn't expecting Metal Greymon Alterius mode, but hey, you never know. The Gravity Crush still here. And then you have Dedicated Plan, you have Red Memory Boost, Judgment of the Blade, and then Program Memory Halt, making it so your opponent can't play options. Actually, surprisingly really good, because even if you're facing as blue, Ice Wall gets shut down completely by this. Your opponent can't use options, so definitely don't sleep on that card. I think this card will be meta defining eventually. Just needs to find the right deck. Here's another one. This one splashing in the Gallantmon, like the last list we saw earlier. Really nice. I think this is a pretty solid idea behind it. I think just being able to get this combo off is just good enough. Just really solid tech choices. He has one Greymon and one Metal Greymon from Bt-07, which I'm actually applauding for this card. I think this card is just slept on. It's really good, and I think under the right conditions, this card is just bonkers good, because you get an ultimate and a tamer basically for 7 memory, but it'll be like an ultimate for 3 memory and then a tie for that 4 memory. So especially going first, this card slamming down is just too good not to have, just because it gets a +2 in this situation means going first, that card just chokes your opponent out. Next, we have our beautiful Ancient Greymon Kaisergremon combo. I love how he's got this max rarity. It's just so pretty. I think he's got a lot of good calls here. Deck's kind of solved in my opinion. There's not much else you can do. I think the Atomic Furnos is definitely a 2 of. The Memory Booster is definitely a solid choice. I don't think this deck has any other improvements that it can get. I think it's pretty solid. I don't think we're gonna see anything really spicy in these lists. Yeah, Giga Destroyer, Atomic Blaster, Analog Boy, Takumi, Takuya, Marcus. Nothing really out of the ordinary here. I think we can pretty much chop off that the Ancient Greymon, Emperor Greymon's kind of solved. Yes, there are very modest tech choices you can make, but what is there really else out there? I think the Taikamiya is probably the most techy card they could go with. It doesn't work with the Ancient Greymon with the Agunimon, but if you can stack up, you can definitely clear out a lot of board state. So definitely liking it. Another one, Atomic Inferno with the Emperor Greymon, Taikamiyas. I think Taikamiya might be where everyone's going to start pushing towards, because Red needs to clear out security even faster, and I think it's the right plan to go by. What do you guys think? Do you think Taikamiya is really good for Emperor Greymon? I'm seeing a lot more based on Taikamiya, which is really good to see. And I see the 2-drop Toy Agumon Red. who never saw that coming. Again, really another Taikamiya. You have Marcus and you have Takuya. And the Atomic Inferno. I definitely agree with Atomic Inferno in this deck. Nothing too spicy and out of the ordinary with this list. Next, we do have a Xiaoman Dx that could be definitely played in our meta right now. If this topped in Bt-07, means he piloted it really well. Looks like he's playing Coromons in here that are basically the draw advantage, and they have the Coromon for the 1000 DP, so I think they want to prioritize a draw advantage over everything else. Playing 1 Tai, 1 Tenyu, Abia, Blitz, using 2 Gaia Forces. Kind of see where that comes from. Sometimes it's just really good to have the Gaia Force in there. But Agumons, Shoutmons, I see so much potential with this. It's not even funny. 4000 DP is nothing to scarf at. That is a threat and a half that they have to answer to, because if they can't clear this out with the 1 mon, they're gonna have to clear it out somewhere else. So I definitely like this list. I like where it's going. The Omni Shouts, the Ultras to help draw, and you have the 2-drop. I kind of see where they're trying to go with it, and it's pretty solid. What do you guys think? I think having Shoutmon come back is just really nice. So guys, let's dive into the next color. So let's start off with blue now. We have blue coming out of the gate with, you know, the Magna Garurumon with Ancient Garurumon. So very interesting combo piece. They're using a lot of Ice Wall to help prevent damage and pausing turns, which is surprisingly amazing for this deck. Ice Wall is just so overpowered, and it keeps just going and going, boys and girls. Do not sleep on Ice Wall. Pick up your playset ASAP. Do not sleep on that card. I promise you, you will regret it. So definitely do not sleep on Ice Wall. Next, another Ice Wall themed deck. You're kind of gonna see this with Magna Garurumon. Either they're gonna play more Ice Walls and take out Ancient Garurumon and just not care because Magna Garurumon can just do it. They're playing, you know, Suzanomon. They have the Sora Joe just to help gain extra memory to keep it more your turn, because they are playing the, you know, Kumamon and then Iotokumon. I probably pronounced that wrong, but sorry about that. Do not expect me to pronounce names right if you are here. Whoops. Next, we do have another one. This is Ancient with Magnagarumon, 2 Ice Walls. Basically, very easy list to follow. You know, you have Kakumon. So, nothing too crazy here. We have, you know, Bonds of Friendship here, which is really nice to see some Bonds of Friendship with Ancient Garurumon. Not very often you're seeing this top, but it's still a great deck falling into Bt-07. I don't see this deck going anywhere anytime soon. What do you guys think? Definitely having the Ice Walls there. Ancient Evolution, really nice. Hammer Sparks, you know the 9 yards this deck loves to do. Next, another. This is using Polemon, which very interestingly, I'm surprised they're using this. Just because for each Digimon your opponent has with a Digimon with no Digi-Evolution cards, draw a card, which is very powerful, but we're not removing as much as this card should be. I see it as a spicy one-of tech, like it is playing, but I think there's more to it that it needs to be able to focus even having it in the deck. Here is, this one's closer to a rookie rush list almost. It's playing so many rookies, using the Jamming Vmon with Upamon. Jamming Vmon alone is just scary. Ice Wall to help build up a wall. I see what they're trying to do. They're using enough draw power they want to gain and threats just to make it so this gets cheated in. Magnagarumon gets cheated in with the Koji. So definitely very optimal list, boys and girls. I think I'm not surprised by it at all. Another Bonds of Friendship list. Very good to see Bonds of Friendship still doing stuff, and they're gonna stick with this kind of list. I think Ice Wall was just, ever since EX came out, it's just been Analog Boy and Ice Wall all day long. I think that's a great play. Upamon's, you know, just the 9 yards with this deck, I think are really good, guys. So I know blue is kind of short this week. I think it's just overall blue is starting to be solidified, and people already gotten their taste with blue. I think we're gonna see more blue in the future, but we're gonna have to wait and see. I think more people are leaning towards the purple and red decks this format because of how strong they are, and you also do have the spicy yellow lists coming along. So guys, let's dive into further lists. Remember, like, comment, subscribe. So let's talk about yellow. Yellow Shine Greymon has been prevalent ever since this set dropped, giving more tamers that just do a lot of stuff, like searching out, pulling out cards, and being able to use the Silvermon line. Just really good. This card is just nuts strong. With Xiaoman Greymon as the backup, you could just do anything, and then having a Bossmon like Suzanomon as your end be all top, because you're gaining so much memory and using cards to your advantage, it's just really good. Being able to use the memory thing, just I think this deck is going to be very scary just because it came back with vengeance. Just so powerful. I'm nervous about this. Being able to dig into your security multiple times, being able to pull out hybrids, put in tamers, or cards, get cards in is just bonkers good. Digging into your security and pulling out cards that are bad for your security to unbrick yourself is just so good. You got the shiny boy. You're just so ready for this format. I'm not even joking. This deck is going to push people to insanity levels. Here is another Shine Greymon list, but opting to use the new Digimon that came in this set. I forget what his name is, but this list looks pretty solid in my opinion. It's promising. Again, it's a Shine Greymon list. You can control the board because you're going to spam out so many tamers that your opponent just cannot keep up. So we have the other Shine Greymon list here. This one is very interesting to me. I see it playing so little rookies. Are you hard casting most of your stuff? I get that you got to play a heavy tamer thing. So you could just Digivolve on top of a tamer and then you get into your Shine Greymon, which I understand completely. That's probably what the game plan is. but Silvermon, Kazimon, Jet Silvermon, it's just so good. I'm not surprised at this list at all. So next we have Shine Greymon. Using Seraphimon, being able to recover 2 is just really good on its in any way, shape, or form with this card. You're gaining so much memory. I mean, recovery just to keep yourself alive with Shine Greymon is just nuts, because you're already going to be playing high tamer count. Why not take advantage with Seraphimon's ability to recover on Digievolution, and then on deletion recover 1 is really good. And then you have, you know, Boulder Arms and then Suzanomon just being the kings of the ring that they need to be. I see the premise behind these decks, and it's really interesting to start seeing these weird janky ratios. Even subtracting Polemon out was surprising. They're playing War Greymon with Shine Greymon this time around, which surprising me a little bit. Ultimate Digimon Fusion is crazy surprising with Suzanomon, especially since I mean, it Digivolves for 1 at that point, which isn't bad, but you don't have the how are you playing this card? I think there's an because you use Pokemon. If you have Pokemon out, you can use Ultimate Fusion. Got it. And you're gonna have the memory anyway, because Kyrie, TK Kyrie, just craziness. War Greymon helping to funnel all the memory guarantees. I see the premise of this deck, and it can be really powerful if played under the right conditions. Next one is, this one's very interesting. This is a Silvermon Dynastamon list. Well, I'm gonna just say it's a Dynastamon list with backups, because this is just straight up Dynastamon. I see what it's trying to do, and it's promising. Analog Boys, crazy amount of tamers. This card just to hold Rookie Rush back, which is surprising. We haven't seen much Rookie Rush in this format at all in Bt-07. I think Rookie Rush finally dies in Bt-07, but who knows. This is the Polemon Kazuchimon, which is the card I couldn't pronounce earlier. Kazuchimon, very interesting, being able to have recoveries, security pluses, restand ability with blocking, a pseudo restand, just really good overall skills. Using the Bushy Agumons, the Angelwolmon to play stuff, Pokemon for blocker ability, restand ability with Boltamon, Chaos Crusadermon's back. Just, I didn't want to see Crusadermon back, to be honest with you, but it puts a protect the castle kind of style, because it'll be standing up, and only way you can kill it is by effects. Next here is another Dynastamon list with Xiaoman, with Jet Silpha, Magna Angemon. This is like an Splash is in purple as well, which you might be going, why purple? Demimera plus Tapirmon equals a lot of draws, and then this option is just really good for each hybrid in play, or tamers you have in play. Delete one of your opponent's Digimon with level 5 or lower Digimon. So multiple wipeage for the number of tamers. I think this is a really solid game plan. It's got to be tested more, in my opinion. I don't see this deck going to be too crazy left field, but who knows, especially since Bt-07 is just beginning. So guys, hopefully you liked the yellow list. Let me know down in the comment what things you liked or didn't like about yellow. Let's dive into the next color. So let's talk about green yellow hybrid. This deck blows my mind a bit here. This is green, of course. I figured we'd go right into green after yellow. This deck is so interesting, using the Kens, using the Zoes, using, you know, everybody just so well. It uses recovery options, being able to Digivolve on top of tamers. Just solid all around control board state. They kind of cheat each other off going into their ancient Kabuterimon. Just, oh my goodness, this deck surprising me out of left field. One, two, yeah, I can Digivolve twice on top of that. I was trying to figure out how you're gonna Nidhogg, but then I realized that you can just Digivolve for 2, 1, 1, 3, and then go right into Nidhogg. It's a very expensive combo, but it works. I find this deck very interesting, and what do you guys think? I think this deck has so much promise. So guys, let me know down in the comments what you think about green yellow. It took a first place. People were surprised by this list. So another Kabuterimon hybrid with Ancient Troymon, which again, broken card, being able to shut down wide boards so easily without even batting an eye. It's just crazy. Next, we have Ancient Nidhogg Troymon again, using JP. We have Mimis. We have the Thunder Laser. It's really all around Rhino Kabuterimon, Metal Kabuterimon, Beetlemon. Just all around good stuff for green. Green doesn't really change. It's going to stick to this kind of idea. This surprised me here. This is a Ancient Troymon. This is Jagamon Mimi Tyramon. So this is the list that people are trying to make work, because Mimi Tyramon and Jagamon both require to be placing stuff on top, using Tortomon's effect to put the Mega on top, and then being able to ride on top of it and then swing in. Let's say you swing, you have the stack for Nidhogg. You have a Nidhogg on hand, put it on top, boom. Your opponent can't really do anything. Then you have Dino Rexamon. So suspend one of your opponent's Digimon. That Digimon doesn't unsuspend during your opponent's next unstep. And during this Digimon gets 1000 DP for each of your opponent's suspended Digimon. Very powerful skill coming out of the left field here. Hercules Kabuterimon using Izzy, Mimi. We're all we're doing is trying to cheat in our megas and just get there and make our opponents sad that we're going right into mega for absolutely free. So I like the green gotcha style of this deck. I think this is gonna start seeing a lot of people fancy it, because they kind of like to bet their luck sometimes, and I might play it myself just to see the bet the luck factor. So we got green hybrid yet again, Ancient Beetlemon, Nidhoggs, Rhino Kabuterimon, Argomon. As you can see, Blossomon kind of seeped out a bit. Argomon's still really fantastic, but their options are just really good. I'm surprised with the Kens, but guaranteeing the memory, and when your green or blue Digimon destroys one of your opponent's Digimon by battle, and that or anything, and survives by removing a card. By resting this card, you gain 1 memory. I get it. Gaining extra memory is just so good, especially by Tamer effect, since everybody's kind of on Mons like Terriermon that just prevent you from gaining memory. This is another hybrid Ancient Beetlemon with Ancient Troymon. Again, Blossomon and Argomon going down to 1s. That's crazy to see this. They're not heavily focusing on the free evolution anymore. You're just tamering up. Next, another Ancient Troymon with Ancient Beetlemon with Nidhogg. Again, just all over around, not needing too much on the Blossom. This is like the first one in a bit that's had 4 of the Digisorption. I think Digisorption is still good, but it's a crutch for a lot of players. You want free evolutions, but nothing can come from it. So guys, remember, if you like the green list, let me know what you thought about all these green lists, guys. Let's dive into the next color and see what we can see, what the meta is shaping up to. So let's talk about black in this format. Black got a couple decks. EX still had Mugendramon, Machinedramon, with Chaosdramon now being its primary backup. Evolution is just crazy. Having Darkdramon on here is just really nutty. I wasn't expecting a Commandramon hybrid list, which, to be honest with you, I'm not surprised this deck ever came into existence. This Ultimate Connection is just really good. You gain 1 free memory out of this deal. You have Izzy and Joe, Analog Boy, Pride Memory Boost, Chaosdramon just being a nutty card, Machinedramon cheating in itself, going less. Guys, I'm not surprised by this list, and just having a bunch of machine types that kind of go in for a massive inheritable, and then it plays Protect the Castle and can't be minus DP by yellow. I'm not surprised by this deck. This deck is going to stick around for a long period of time. No matter what, there's going to be just a lot of good cyborg types, stuff like that to help Machinedramon go off. I kind of like how they kind of made it lore-wise. It is a fusion of all these other amalgamations of Digimon. He's parts and bits to become this ultimate being, so why not gain the ultimate price of putting all like 5 Mons underneath, get ready to blast them to smithereens. I love it. I love the concept. I love the idea. This one is a Duragoromon list. Iron Fist Onslaught, Black Memory Boost, Zaborg Final Punch, which, yeah, why aren't you playing Zaborg Final Punch with Duragoromon and Alphamon in the list? Let's go. X Antibody, Searchability. I'm loving this list. And then they're using Grumblemon, which I'm not surprised he's played. He's good for the Kaito. So I'm liking the list here. This is going to get fine-tuned more. I wouldn't be surprised once you have X Antibody deck ready, you'll be seeing it more. We have another Machinedramon list. This is Blue Machinedramon. It topped last week, and it's because of the Wolf Claw, to be honest with you. Being able to rip out the ultimates underneath and then just Digivolve onto Chaosdramon and then just be ready to just make your opponent have a bad day is really good. I love the Zord Defeat Spice and the Omnimon X because Zord Defeat can Digivolve on top of the Machinedramon, blow up a Tamer, and then Digivolve into X Antibody. You have a crazy enough stack just to prevent your opponent from hitting you. And Vmon being the major target point, you gotta love it. Next, we do have another Duragoromon list, aka Alphamon X Antibody list. So Metal Cannonball, I can't wait to see what they do. Chiricorimon is very interesting. You have Doramon, Grumblemon, just looking fine and beautiful. I think this is very promising. I'm excited for Alphamon. To be honest with you, I really want my playset of Alphamons, but hey, if I pull it, I pull it. If not, we're gonna take some time to get there. But this is black in a nutshell. What do you guys think of the black list? Let me know down in the comments. So let's talk about this Verpal list. This is blue purple. I am surprised this deck even exists right now. It's a Nidhogg theme purple deck that just takes advantage of the draw advantage and goes right in for the kill with the Hammer Sparks and having Ice Walled, preventing your opponent from playing. You keep your turns more. This is just nutty strong. I'm not joking. Just being able to have the mat out, it doesn't matter. It's a 3 cost. They could have put a 2 cost in, but I think this mat just does something with the Gobblemons. At least if you play a Gobblemon down or something, you gain some sort of advantage. So I kind of get why they're playing it. I think it's because it gains a memory if a Gobblemon comes down, so it doesn't check if it's blue, I think. Next, we have the Nidhoggs. Again, the Eismon Nidhogg combo going into Lucemon combo. This is what we're seeing. A lot more Nidhogg themed with Lucemon being able to draw into more of your pieces. You're trying to gain a lot of advantage and out your opponents now. I kind of see where it's trying to go for. This one's a Cherubimon list, which, don't get me wrong, I love Cherubimon being able to play multiple Tamers, taking advantage of it. It's a really solid boss mon in itself, being able to pop things. This deck is just really good, being able to use the Spirits of Darkness to just go at it, just be able to cheat on evolution, just do what you need to. So here is Nidhogg with Ridemyavatar, Lolemon, and then Eismon, Lolemon. Just really cool to see this deck operate. It's very powerful. I wouldn't sleep on this deck. Nidhogg is just so good. Just being able to, you know, trash cards from your hand, or delete one of your opponent's Digimon level 4 or less. It's good. Eismon is just solid. Eismon support is just not going anywhere. Nidhogg yet again. Skull Greymon to go in for that lulliness of getting a retaliation and a later level and a free evolution. Next we have Cherubimon again with Anubismon splash with Millenniumon, using Lucemon, I see what they're trying to do. Anubismon with Lucemon, play, boom, gain, recovery, and also having Lucemon Chaos mode. Just really good. Orochimon is surprising for attack, but all in all, this deck is pretty solid. I think Cherubimon. The purple is starting to solve itself, and it's going to get scary once it solves itself because this deck is just going to be the top contender. This week, I think purple had the most decks played for the week, so definitely taking in Lucemon Chaos Mode with Cherubimon Nidhoggs. This one using Ultimate Sacrifice to play the Lucemon. You know what they're trying to do with this list. Using the Meracoromon for Rookie Rush strategies. I love it. I love where they're going with purple. Purple is just so entertaining right now. Purple is not a deck you should sleep on. We have another Lucemon Chaos Mode. This is Bielstar. This is basically play all the 7-option control, Bielstar control. Just, it's pure purple now with just a splash of Lucemon. Just to recover once in a while. I like where they're going with Bielstar. Bielstar is trying to just stay itself and try to work on itself. You know, the Eismon combo just draws you so much for the Bielstar. Just getting so much options, milling, discard. Just all you need to do is get there at this point. And I think Bielstar is just so promising. So guys, what do you think of all these lists? Let me know down in the comments, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace!